NLP, or neuro-linguistic programming, is one of the most popular tools that coaches use to help their clients get dramatic shifts. But how does NLP work? Let me share that with you in this video. Hi, my name is Tiffany Toombs. I'm a high-performance mindset coach and NLP and hypnosis master practitioner and trainer, which is just a fancy way of saying I help people make dramatic and powerful transformations directly from their unconscious mind so that these transformations last them a lifetime. In this video, I'm going to share with you 3 of the most common ways that NLP works in the mind so that you can get those long-lasting transformations that people are looking for. Let's get into it. One of the most common reasons why people fail to make long-term sustainable change is that they're either using willpower or self-discipline, they're relying on that to get their change, or they are working on the behaviors that are not serving them. So for example, if somebody wants to lose weight, they might focus on things like working out more or eating better foods. And that's a great strategy if you're working from a conscious mind level. But the conscious mind is only 4% of the mind's capacity. It's the unconscious mind, that's 96% of the mind's capacity, that's ultimately driving our behaviors. And this is what NLP understands and works to change. So it's not our behaviors that are actually the problem. It's the belief systems that are driving the behaviors that cause us to be disempowered or to have negative habits. And so what NLP allows us to do is it allows us to hack the software of our unconscious mind. It gives us the cheat codes to go into the mind and to reprogram how things are coming out. So let me give you another analogy. What most people do is, let's say they'll go to their computer, they'll open up Word, they'll type up a document, and then that document has a typo on it in the Word, but they print it out and then they look at it and they say, there's a mistake here. And so they take their eraser and they scribble it out on the page, they erase it out on the page, and then they write in the right word. And then they're like, okay, here you go. And then they print out another one and they're like, this typo is still here. Right? It's because the problem is not in the printer, the problem is in the Word document. And so if you have a belief that you're not good enough, and then you wonder why you're procrastinating, or why you're filling yourself full of crappy food, or why you won't set a boundary, it's not because of how you're printing it, it's in the software itself. So if we don't go into the software to make the change, then we'll just keep getting more repeats of the old behavior. This is also why I'm not a big fan of accountability coaching. And this is coming from somebody who was an accountability coach to start with, is because we can make change in one area of your life, but either as soon as you don't have me holding you accountable, that behavior will come back, or that behavior will just shift to another area of your life. And I saw this time and time again, which is why I went and got certified in NLP, because I would have a client who was procrastinating on going to the gym. And so we would create a plan through sheer willpower and self-discipline to get them to the gym, and I would hold them accountable every day. But then when I stopped holding them accountable, they would start procrastinating on the gym again. Or they would start procrastinating on paying their bills, or on depositing their checks into their bank account, or whatever it was. And so I realized that the behavior wasn't actually the problem. So the behaviors are symptoms of belief systems. NLP gives us the tools to go in and hack those belief systems at the unconscious level so we can make change at the deepest possible level, and we get a new printout that is in alignment with where we want to go. Now, before I share with you the second way that NLP works, I would love to hear from you. What is a limiting belief that is holding you back right now that you want to reprogram? Go to the comments below and let me know. Now, the second way that NLP works is that when we change those belief systems, we change how we perceive things. When I was going through my own healing journey, one of the most common things that coaches and even therapists would tell me is you can't change the past. You can't go back and change what happened to you in your past. Just focus on your future. And I was like, well, that's great and all, but doing that for the past 30 years has made me into an overachieving, people-pleasing perfectionist that kind of wanted to not live anymore. So that strategy doesn't really work for me. Now, the thing is that our belief systems, our emotions, and our memories are not concrete. They're not set in stone. But so many people tend to give so much credibility and so much power to their thoughts and their emotions and their memories that it keeps them stuck. Your brain is just a record of everything that's happened to you in the past. And your memories are not solid. They change. So it's like if I take out a piece of paper and I look at it and then I shove it back in a drawer, and then I take it back out again another time and I look at it and I shove it back into the drawer, every time I take it out, it's going to get a little bit more crumpled, which means the way that the paper looks changes. And it's the exact same thing with our memories. Every time I recall a memory, I'm going to change it a little bit based on how I'm feeling today. Now, if I've had a really bad day and I recall a time from my past, I'm going to make it out to be far worse, and I'm going to put it back with that negative intensity in it. And so what NLP allows us to do is it allows us to change the emotions that we have. It allows us to change the belief systems, and it allows us to change how we perceive our memories. We look at it from a different perspective, and then we get a different outcome. And by doing that, we dramatically change our current reality and our future. I want you to think of it this way. Imagine that your hand is your belief systems, your emotions, and your experiences. I want you to do this. This is how you filter your life, through the lens of those things. And so just like if we go on Instagram, if I put a black and white filter on a picture, I'm going to get a black and white outcome. If I change that to a bold and vibrant colored picture, it's going to look different. And the same is true with our life. If I swap out these limiting beliefs, these disempowering emotions, the emotional baggage, if I let go of the old memories that I have all this emotional baggage with, if I just throw that away and I replace it with something more positive, I get a totally different world. So when people talk about if you change your thoughts, you change your life, this is what they're talking about. But the thought level is one level. We can actually go one level deeper. We can go to the beliefs and the emotions, which is going to change what we think and what we talk about, and ultimately the reality that we have. And NLP allows us to do that very, very quickly. Now, before I share with you the third way that NLP works, I would love to have you subscribe to my channel. I'm putting out brand new free videos like this one every single week to help you master your mind, learn the tools of NLP so that you can truly step into your potential. So go ahead and click that subscribe button and like this video while you're there. Now, the last way that I want to share today, and this is by no means an exhaustive list, these are my 3 favorite ways that NLP works, is that NLP helps us understand the importance of our words. And our words really matter in terms of keeping belief systems stuck or helping them change, in creating our reality, and in creating what our future looks like. So NLP helps us understand how the mind processes information and processes certain words, because some words might actually have a negative effect. For example, the word try. I'll try and do this. What that tells the unconscious mind is that this thing that you're saying you'll try to do is not actually worth committing to. So you'll put in a half attempt and you won't really get the outcome that you're looking for, which gives you an excuse to fail. You never said you would succeed. You said that you would try to, right? I didn't say I would call you. I said I would try to. It gives us an easy way out. I'll give you another example. People, when they come to work with me, will often say things like, I need to fix myself. Well, if you're fixing yourself, that implies that you're broken. And if somebody comes with that kind of mindset or that intention, I need to fix myself because I'm broken, that can oftentimes push some of those unconscious wounds even deeper into hiding in our unconscious mind so that we cannot access them. So instead, what we would want to say is, I want to love all the pieces of myself. I want to understand myself so deeply that I understand and can see why I engage in these behaviors that don't serve me, why I have these belief systems, where they came from. And when we approach healing or transformation from that angle, it's so much more empowering for us that it becomes easier to access some of those deep wounds so that we can heal at the deepest possible levels. Now, if you want to learn more tools to master communication, to reprogram your limiting beliefs, and even more, I would love to share with you my NLP Rewired program. What I've done is I have pulled together 35 of the best trainings I have done over the last couple years, and I've put them all into one package. If I was to sell this for what it was worth, it would be over $5,000 worth of videos in this package. And today it's only $47. So all you have to do is go to www.thenlpqueen.com or click on the link in the description below. Thanks for watching.